Question. A shopkeeper buys a camera at a discount of 20% from a wholesaler. The printed price of the camera being 1600, the shopkeeper's not tells it should be a misprinting here, sells it to a consumer at the printed price only. If the sales are intrastate, means within the state, and the rate of GST is 12%, find the following question answers. Okay. First of all, so how many players are there in it? There is a shopkeeper, means a retailer. Then there is a wholesaler, right? And there is a consumer. So three of those. All right. So you can see I have drawn that here. There is a wholesaler. He's selling. Okay, he has a camera with him which he will be selling to the shopkeeper or retailer, right? And the price on the which is printed in the camera is 1600 rupees, right? But he is selling it to the retailer at a discount of 20%. So how do we calculate the selling price? Remember, the selling price is the printed price minus the discount. So selling price will be the MRP minus discount, but discount is in percentage. We have to find out the discount in rupees, and then only we can subtract it from the mark price. Then after that is done, that becomes the the price at which this retailer or the shopkeeper has bought. Now what he does, he sells it the same camera at the mark price only, same price which is printed on it. So the consumer, he will buy it for what price? 1600 only. But he has not offered any discount, so there's no discount. But he will have to pay the tax also. Who? The consumer will have to pay the tax, right, to the retailer. And what is that? 6% CGST and 6% SGST, because it is within the state. Intra-state means within the state. So how do we do that? Now see. But again, the retailer who has bought from the wholesaler will also have to pay the tax, CGST and SGST to the wholesaler. How? On what price? On this selling price. Okay. Selling price 1. I can say this can be selling price 2. Okay. So the retailer will pay the tax to the wholesaler, that is 6% CGST and 6% SGST on 1600 minus the discount, which whatever the price comes as. Okay. But retailer will receive the GST and SGST on 1600. Is that okay? Because this is the selling price. Now let's calculate that here. So let's calculate first here. We will calculate this thing. First is we have to calculate how much is the CGST and SGST received by the wholesaler or paid by the shopkeeper. So we know that CGST is equal to okay, we'll just make a column over here. Okay, right, CGST, and this is how much? This is the SGST. Now you can find it out. How much is the CGST? 6% of how much? SP. So first of all, we have to calculate the SP here. What is the SP? We have not yet found it out. So let's find the SP here. So what is the SP? SP is going to be, SP is marked price. Okay, right? Okay, it's not MRP, is marked price. Here is a mistake. Marked price only. Okay, marked price minus discount. So first we find the discount in rupees. So discount here will be how much? Discount is discount percent upon mark price. You can note it down as a formula, but you should remember it. All simple one. So what is the discount percent? 20%. Okay, is 20% upon percent per. Okay, I made a mistake here. I'm sorry. It's not the formula, just one mistake. Discount percent upon 100. Okay, upon 100 into mark price. So is equal to 20% of 1600. 20 got cancelled, 16 to 32 and 0. So this is the mark price. Sorry, this is the discount. So I have to subtract the discount. So selling price for those retailer will be 1600 minus 320 rupees, and that will give you how much? 1600 minus 300 is going to be 1300. So 1280 rupees is the selling price. So what is the selling price for the wholesaler? Is he has sold it for what price? So I will write it is rupees 1280. What is that? Rupees 1280. So just 1 second. Okay, so the mark price minus discount, that will give you 1280 is a selling price for the wholesaler here. Now he bought it for 1280. Now he will pay the tax on this 1280 only. So how much the tax he will pay? So CGS is 6% of SP. So what is that SP here now? SP is 1280. So he will pay on 1280. So that is how much? Is equal to 6% of 1280. Calculate that. Whatever comes will be the value there. So it is rupees 76 and 80 paise is the CGST. Same thing we have to do for SGST also. So it will be 6% of again 1280, and that will be 6% of 1280, and that will give you again how much? 76 rupees and 80 paise. Okay, so this is the tax which is going to the central and the state government. By whom? Not to the government directly, sorry, this is being paid by the retailer to whom? To the manufacturer. So manufacturer receives how much? This is, I can write it as 76.80, and this is also 76.80. He has received, the wholesaler, from the retailer. He will submit it to the government there. Now the question here, how much is the tax collected by the consumer? So consumer will pay the tax how much? This is by the consumer now. So this is for consumer, CGST, and how much is the SGST? So CGST and SGST. So how much is that? 6% of the selling price. How much is selling price? 1600. So on 1600. So again 6% of 1600. You calculate that. It will come as 96 rupees. So it will also come as 96 rupees. Okay. I'm writing it directly. That will be rupees 96. So he has collected how much? This is the shopkeeper who has collected it from there. Shopkeeper or retailer, right? Shopkeeper from whom? From consumer. From consumer. And this is for shopkeeper to wholesaler here. Is it clear? Shopkeeper to wholesaler, or we can say retailer to wholesaler. This is shopkeeper, consumer to shopkeeper. Now once the tax has been collected, see, the retailer will not pay the entire 96 rupees to the government. He will, since he has already paid 76.80, he will subtract that, and let's see how much is the amount he will pay to the government. So retailer or shopkeeper, retailer to the government, how much? 96 he collected. So output tax is how much? 96. We can write the formula there, output tax or output GST minus input GST, and that is a tax that will go to the government. Fine. What is the output? 96. What is the input? He has already paid to the wholesaler earlier, so 76. Okay, 0.80. So how much is that? if you subtract 96 minus 76, 80, okay, how much you will get? 19 rupees and 20 paise. So this is 1920 as a CGST. Same amount will go for this is for CGST, so SGST also will be there. Same. So I can write it here to the government here. How much? 1920, and CGST also how much? Same thing. So it will be 19 rupees and 20 paise to the government here. He is paying to the government. He has paid it to the wholesaler. Now the question arises, how much is the consumer paying to the tax? The consumer has already paid 96 as CGST and 96 as SGST. So what is the consumer pay to the retailer? How much? So that is 96. Okay, the total bill amount. Okay, I will say the bill amount. Bill amount. Okay, is how much? That is cost price. How much? Selling price is how much? 1600 is the price of the body, the camera, plus CGST 96 plus SGST 96. How much is that? You calculate it. So it will give you 1600 plus 96 plus 96, but it will give you 1792 rupees. So this is the total bill amount for whom? For the consumer here, right? So now see, come back to the question and see what they're asking you. GST paid by the shopkeeper to the central government. Remember, not to the wholesaler. Shopkeeper to the government. Remember, we have already calculated. Since he has already paid 76.80 earlier to the wholesalers, he will pay the remaining, and that is how much to the government? 19 rupees and 20 paise each. Okay, so that will be 19. Central government will be 19 rupees and 20 paise. GST received by the central government. Central government will receive all the tax that he has received earlier. So how much is that? 96 rupees total from the consumer. Central government received the tax from the total amount that it received is equal to total amount that consumer has paid. So how much? 96, right? And then comes here, how much is the GST received by the state government? Same 96, equal amount. Amount at which the consumer bought the camera, amount with the total bill amount, that is how much? 1792. 1600 is the price, and 96 plus 96 is the tax, 1792. So 1792 is an answer here. So I hope you have understood this.